Have an original Xbox collecting dust. In this video I'll be showing you guys one easy modification to bring life back into it. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of All Things Modded. Before I start today's video, I just want to give a personal shout out to my friend Gabe for letting me use one of his cameras. He also has his own channel that you guys can check out where he does tech reviews and pranks. I'm going to leave you guys a little link there. So today we're going to be soft modding an original Xbox. Now this modification is pretty simple and it doesn't require a whole lot of tools. The most you'll be paying is probably around $10. So first off, before we start the tutorial, obviously we need to cover the tools. So we're going to need one thumb drive, preferably a SanDisk. I'm going to be using the Lexar brand today. You're also going to be needing a USB dongle. Now, if you don't have a USB dongle, you can buy them online for about $4, or I made a very helpful tutorial on how to create your own using household items. We're also going to be needing a updater game in case our dashboard is not to the latest. I'm going to be using Halo 2 only because it's a fairly common game and pretty much everybody that owned an original Xbox probably had Halo 2. We're also going to be needing an exploitable game, so there are 3 of those. I'm going to be using Splinter Cell, the other 2 are down in the link below. Also, you might want to have a first-party Microsoft controller, no third-party. This is typically used for hard drive upgrades when you want to have a first-party or you're running third-party applications on your soft-modded Xbox. But just to be safe, probably should use a Xbox controller. We're also going to be needing some supplies online. We have our soft-modded package that we can download. We also are going to be needing a file explorer like 7-zip or WinRAR. And finally, we're going to be needing Explorer 360. So now that we've covered all the tools and supplies that we're going to need, we can hop right into the Xbox. So now that we have all the tools and requirements out of the way, we're going to hop right into it. So the first thing we want to do is check our dash, and I'm hoping that this dash is not up to date, so I can show you how to update your dash. So how you do this is you go to System Info in the settings, and then you're going to have to let this read through. There's no way to get past it. So you're going to see a K and then a D and then a list of numbers. What we want to look for is the D. Okay, so luckily this one is at 4920 and we want it to be at 5960. So I'm just going to back out and go to the home page. So the game I'm going to be using is one of my personal favorites of the original Xbox, and that is Halo 2. So all you want to do is open up your disk drive and put it in. Alright, so the reason I chose Halo 2 is because it's a pretty common game. A lot of people who own an original Xbox have Halo 2. So just press start. I'm going to sign into default and then Xbox Live and start troubleshooter. And then this will proceed to update your console. So it's pretty simple. It's not like nowadays where you have to have an online connection, so that's a good thing now that Xbox Live is no longer on the original Xbox. So this is just a random little message. So I'm going to go back to dash by ejecting the disk. and it's gonna restart the Xbox. So now that we go and check our system info, we're gonna see that it's at 5960. So now you guys can clearly see that the dashboard is at firmware revision 5960. So now that that is done with, we are ready to plug in our memory unit and format it for the Xbox. Almost all thumb drives will work, some will not. SanDisk thumb drives, they typically tend to work and they have the highest success rate from what I've heard. I'm using a Lexer flash drive, and so all you want to do is, in your dongle end, all you want to do is plug it in, oops, wrong side, and the other dongle end, you will just plug it into your Xbox. Doesn't matter what slot you choose. So now all you want to do is go up to memory, and you'll see controller 3. And this one has already been plugged in to the Xbox, so it's already formatted. If not, and you're plugging it in for the first time, you will get a message that just says basically memory unit A or whatever letter has been erased and formatted. And that just lets you know basically that you're in the good, you're in the clear. So now that we have all of that, let's take it to the PC. So now that we're back at the computer, we have to download the Explorer 360, the SoftMod pack, and if you don't have something like WinRAR or 7-zip or jZip, some file explorer. So for Explorer 360, when you click on the link, you'll be brought to this page. All you hit is the Explorer 360 version 0.9 beta 6. Click that link, don't click any of the advertisements. It can be pretty misleading. For the mega download, all you do is wait for the page to load, of course, and then download through your browser. And then finally, this is optional, if you don't have something like WinRAR, you just download jZip. So now that we have all that downloaded, we'll be brought with Explorer 360, and depending on what file explorer you have or package, I have WinRAR as my standard. We'll be brought with this. So all you do is double click and let it load. And we're just going to click this folder and drag it to our desktop. So now we can close out of that, put that aside, and bring over the folder. So now all we want to do is open up the folder, and these are your game saves, so click there. So here are your 3 games that you can use. I'm going to be using Splinter Cell because Splinter Cell is one of the easiest to find and the cheapest. So I'm just going to be clicking on that, and you want to go to Splinter Cell Save 2. And next, click on your UData, and then you'll have these 2 packages. So now let's click on Explorer 360 and open that. Okay, here comes the part where you have your flash drive. So pull that out of the dongle end of your Xbox and plug it into your computer. Now, before you plug it into your computer, I just want to tell you, if you get a reformat drive, do not reformat, because then you'll have to go back to your Xbox and format the drive for the Xbox again. So if you ever get that message, don't reformat. So for the G drive, it just told me directory name is invalid, and it's asking me to format, and I do not want to format. So we're going to go to open hard drive or mem card, click on that, and there is your partition. So all we do is drag over the first file and drag over the second file. I'll let this load. So what you saw there was the Evo, which is basically the Evolution X dashboard. These are the two that are going to typically take the longest. This one is the Untitled X, which I personally prefer over Evolution X. So that is it for the computer. You can go ahead and remove your flash drive, and let's head back over to the Xbox. So now that we're back at our Xbox, we want to grab the thumb drive from the computer and plug it into the dongle end of our Xbox. Now, this part doesn't really have to happen, especially if you're going to be getting a bigger hard drive. But it's always kind of good to delete all the saves that you don't want to save space, in case you want to put emulators and stuff on your Xbox, because that's probably one of the reasons you're soft-modding your Xbox. But I'm not going to do that, because I'm going to be putting a Seagate 180 gigabyte hard drive in there that I had laying around from an old computer. So I have mine thumb drive and the controller port for number 4, so I'm just going to do that. Now what you can do is go to your Linux installer and your Splinter Cell, and a lot of people have this problem where they don't really click on the actual save itself. They click on the title, and that will show up with delete. So what you want to do is go to the title and then click on to the right to get to your actual save, and that's when you can copy. And I'm going to be copying it to my hard drive. So go ahead and let that run its course. Same thing with the Splinter Cell save. Go ahead and copy it and put it to your hard disk. And that is it for the file transfer. You can actually go ahead and unplug the dongle. You don't even need that. And I had a memory card in my controller one, so I can take that out too. That was not needed. So now you want to put in the game that you're going to be using. I'm going to be using the Splinter Cell, of course, because that's the file that we have. And you have to make sure that if you're using Splinter Cell that it's a non-platinum edition, so you can easily tell by looking at the disc and seeing if where the Xbox title is, if it's black or white, and I think the white ones actually even say platinum. So have a black one. We're gonna let this game load up. We can, I think, skip this. Yeah, we can skip this one and load up to our main menu. What we do now is go to Start Game and click Linux, checkpoint. And your screen might go a little crazy. That's because it's sending you to the installation process. So the first thing we want to do is install the backup eeprom, and it even has a nice little number there that says first. So we're just going to back up the eeprom, hit yes, okay, and it's going to load up Remotex, and hit backup eeprom. Gives you a nice little smiley face. If you want to keep hitting that, you can do that. Just make sure it fully runs, and now you can return back to main menu. Now we can go ahead and install the Ender SoftMod. So when you get to this page, it's going to ask you to install the nkpatcher 0.06 and the nkpatcher 0.67. Basically what that is if you plan on ever upgrading your hard drive to I think above 250, then you want to hit 0.67. If you want to upgrade or keep the one you have now and it's going to be under 250 gigabytes, you can do the nkpatcher 0.6 or 06. It even tells you right here. So basically it's just creating your partitions for the F and the G. But as I said before, I'm going to be installing a 180 gig, so I'm going to be doing the nkpatcher 0.06, and like I said, yours might be different depending on what you want to do with the hard drive. Now, this is when you get the choice between your dashboards. I personally like Unleashed X a lot better because it's actually, what you see now is Unleashed X. When we went to back up the eeprom, that was Evolution X. And Evolution X has a lot of skins, I think, already pre-built into it, but it doesn't really, I don't think it really goes well, just the way it's set up. So I'm going to be doing Unleash X. So this is just asking you, or checking, to see if you have the latest Dash version, which we do. As you saw, we installed it with Halo 2. And then you can hit yes, yes, and I'm just going to let it run its course. You can skip ahead. I'll leave a little time frame, but I'm just going to let you guys see how long it takes. It should be under 5 minutes, but yeah. And that is it. Just follow these last instructions, hit OK. And now you can turn your system back on. can eject the game. And now this is just going to set up the shadow C partition. Just go ahead and hit A. It's going to restart the dashboard, and there you have it. Your console is fully soft modded. So that's basically it. I'm going to be showing you guys in future videos on how to set up your soft modded Xbox, FTPing files from your computer, from private network and stuff like that. And yeah, just the basics. So if you guys like this video, please drop a like, and be sure to subscribe for more of these videos. I'm gonna try to get onto it as quick as I can, but yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching.